This is for entertainment purposes only. So family, there's this article that's leaked on X, and it gives the psychological profile of Nabi. Where? Like, I read it and I was like, seriously family? That's why he's been doing all this crazy stuff. So they're calling him like a malignant narcissist who basically is a sadist. Like, they enjoy seeing cruelty inflicted on people. There, he's like a narcissist, a malignant narcissist. Yeah, he's now like an extreme narcissist. He has zero empathy. So when you're here at you did this to Gen Z, whatever, he feels nothing. And the article is written, it's called Clear and Present Danger. Ebu, look for that article and read it. Like, we have a deeper problem on our hands. And it's like he is the manifestation of the worst of the worst of the worst of our nature. Like the cancerous side of our nature. And the guy who wrote the article, of course he's anonymous, he was even saying like, he can totally destroy the democracy and the societal life of Kenya. Like, he can really F us up. So when you hear these jokes of armies from M7 side and all these things, we saw already during the Gen Z revolution. And he's not even the one running the show. He's not even the chairman of the company. He's not even the chairman of the board. He's the CEO of the company. Maybe not even CEO, maybe like manager, CMO, chief managing officer. And the fact that those behind the throne would bring him at such a time as this shows you the agenda they had for Kenya. And the only way to escape this, not escape it, but overcome this family without the pain, without the suffering, and without the bloodshed, is we have to raise and remove the part of ourselves that is corrupt, that has that nature that all of us Kenyans, that little, any hatred, anything, like, we have to raise ourselves. And we don't need everybody, but enough of us have to take our awakening serious enough and expand to a more elevated and sophisticated life when we're not a frequency vibration for such a man to rule. And if enough of us raise ourselves up, family, and we are raising, the youth minds are expanding. Like, there's just a way, like, our collective third eye was opened in 2024, family, July 25th, the real independence of Kenya. And we have not gone back to sleep. But we have to even just hold the intention, collectively pray every rising, every time you wake up, family, for a liberated Kenya. We have to raise this nation's vibration to the point where we're not a vibrational match for this guy anymore. Because if we try and play on his field, he don't care about unaliving folk. The more the better. That article has actually, Ebu, I'll try and connect the article to here. If you've read it, let me know what you know. Or even if these vibes, malignant narcissist, Ebu, just let me know what you think in the comments below. What?
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
have President William Ruto, who ranks very high when it comes to the sector of pathological lying. Hi, I'm Iva Mahiga. I'm a psychological therapist and most recently an author who has written a great ebook called Dancing in the Rain, which has 27 life lessons that I have learned in my 27 years of life. This is a must-have when it comes to your library, and it only goes for 1,500 shillings. I'll put the pay bill information on the screen. This is a must-have. Please cop this book and learn and elevate more. So today, let's talk about the psychology of President William Ruto, who is a pathological liar. What actually is pathological lying? Pathological lying is a tendency in which someone has a chronic behavior when it comes to lying and when it comes to having the compulsion to lie. This can either be they want to take advantage of others, they want to dupe other people, or they just do it literally for no reason apart from just lying, literally. There's usually a confusion between compulsive lying and pathological lying. Compulsive liars may lie because of fear or anxiety or to cope with their feelings, but pathological liars are intentional when it comes to lying because they may want to uphold a certain image, or they may want to get something from other people which they could not have gotten if they were not lying. So being a pathological liar, it's not a mental health diagnosis. This is not in the DSM-5, which is our diagnostic statistic for mental health disorders, the 5th edition. So we don't consider it a mental health diagnosis. However, it is very much related to other mental health diagnoses. Number one would be Munchausen's syndrome. This is a condition in which a person has the compulsive when it comes to them pretending to be certain things that they actually are not. The next one are personality disorders like borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, which honestly President Ruto has so many traits when it comes to this particular disorder. The last condition is frontotemporal dementia, which is a type of dementia which affects the frontal and temporal lobe. So what makes me say that President Ruto is a pathological liar? Let us look at some of the lies that President Ruto has ever given. The first one is to say there were not going to be any extrajudicial killings in his government, which this is completely false because I honestly don't even know if there has been more extrajudicial killings in any other government, especially except his. The next one, he said that he will never take any loans and that Kenya will be self-sufficient, which is a lie. Kenya is still ongoingly taking silly loans which taxpayers have to pay with our own money. The next one, he said that Kenyans will receive free healthcare, which I mean I have never seen. If anything, healthcare is the most expensive that it has ever been. People are dying in hospitals because they cannot afford medication. People in homes can't afford it either, and insurance is not covering things that it should. And let us not forget this SHA, SHIF, whatever, which made people be in such a disadvantage when it came to them receiving mental health services or any other service of health. Next one, he said that border riders will have electric bikes, which I mean, unless you people have electric bikes in your place, I have never seen electric bikes, and I'm someone who takes Luthi on a regular basis. The next one, he said that markets and homes will have free internet. Nyeri, and I'm using bundles to post this. So we don't have free internet, Mr. William Ruto. Ama you gave some and you didn't give Nyeri, which I'd be surprised. But that is also another lie that he gave. Next one, he said that he will end corruption in Kenya, which is a lie. This government has the highest corruption cases that honestly I have ever seen, and it keeps getting worse. And he's always like, we will end corruption. What? When? He also said that he will build hundreds of dams, which I have never seen them being built. Unless if a dam has been built in your area, please let us know in the comments, because that's something that I also consider a lie. And the next thing, he said that Kenya will have a good economic state, which is a lie because Kenya is in the worst economic state that it has ever been. You guys tell me if this is not a person who literally just lies for the sake of. So what are the actual signs of pathological lying in adults? The first one will be telling very dramatic stories which are unlikely to actually happen, like the lies that Ruto actually tells us. The second one will be being very anxious when it comes to talking, or being anxious when it comes to them wanting to tell a lie. The third one is being very extensive when it comes to their lying, and they go deep. When they're lying about something, it's not just surface level, it keeps going deeper and deeper when it comes to the lies that they give. The next one is lying when they don't even have a reason to. Have you ever heard so many things that Ruto says, you even wonder, why did you even say that? Nobody even asked. Clear sign of a pathological liar. The next one will be people who continuously lie even when they have been found in a lie. Like you've been found in a lie, but to explain your lie, you lie about it to get out of the lie that you have given. The next one is feeling a sense of a high when they actually lie. And the last one is lying about somebody else's lies when it wasn't even yours. Like you can give a story, it wasn't yours, but you want to poke yourself inside that story to make yourself seem significant in some type of way. For our dear Kenyans, please, I hope this gives you some type of insight into who you actually voted for. And I do pray and hope that we do better in the coming years.
Better than the best.